Hi children, in the last class we discussed the second tense in English, past tense. Now let us take up the last time frame, the future. Future speaks about the actions which are to take place in future, the actions which are yet to start, the actions which start in the time to come, that is the future. Just like present time and past time, or present tense and past tense, future tense is also divided into four kinds: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. In all the tenses, present time, past time or future time, simple tenses are really simple. Simple present is simple, simple past is simple. In the same way, simple future is also simple. It speaks about an action which takes place in future, which is yet to start. As in the example, I will go to Tirupati in July, my aunt will come to me tomorrow, they will take my help. As you can see, in these sentences, will go in the first sentence, will come in the second sentence, will take in the third sentence, or in simple future. So, simple future is nothing but will plus V1. Here we have to discuss one very important point. In some of the old grammar books, we can see the use of shall and will. Shall is used for I and we, and will for the other subjects like you, he, she, it, they. But this is a very old phenomenon. Nowadays, for I and we also we are using will. The use of shall in modern English is limited to only offers, proposals and highly official formats. In normal, we do not use shall anywhere in simple future. So, we can say that simple future consists of the helping verb will and the first form of the verb. Coming to the use of simple future, it simply indicates an action which is yet to start or which will take place in future. As usual, we will try to understand the use of simple future using the timeline. This is the simplest thing: present time, past time, future time. As you can see here, there is an arrow mark in the future division. This division of timeline speaks about future, and on this timeline here there is an arrow mark. It indicates that the action happens in future. So, the same is explained in these examples also. I will go to Tirupati in July, my aunt will come to me tomorrow. In these two sentences, along with simple future, we used an adverb of future time also. In July in the first sentence, tomorrow in the second sentence, both of them speak about the future time. But in the third sentence, they will take my help. Here we did not mention any adverb of future time. Just like simple past, simple future also can be used with or without an adverb of time. Now, coming to the second use of second kind of future tense, the second kind of future tense is future continuous. As the name indicates, it speaks about an action which is in continuation in future. Coming to the form of the verb, look at these examples. By the time you come to my house, my father will be reading newspaper. My mother will be cooking. My grandmother will be dancing. I will be coming to class tomorrow. In all these sentences, will be reading in the first sentence, will be cooking in the second sentence, will be dancing in the third sentence, will be coming in the fourth sentence. These are said to be in future continuous. After examining them, we can understand that future continuous has will at the beginning. After that, the word be, the helping verb be. After that, verb plus ing. Will be plus verb with ing. That is the form of future continuous. Coming to the uses of future continuous, we have two uses of future continuous, strictly speaking. The first use is when we are speaking about an action which will be in progress at a point of time in future time. Which will be in progress at a point of time in future time. You can observe that on this timeline, you can see this future wing on this timeline. Here there is an arrow mark, and on the head of this arrow mark there is this mosquito coil. Means action is in progress. Action is in progress at this point of time in future. That is the most common use of future continuous tense. Action which is in progress at a point of time in future. Let us examine this through the examples here. By the time you come to my house, take this in common for all these three sentences, the first three sentences. By the time you come to my house, my father will be reading newspaper. By the time you come to my house, my mother will be cooking. By the time you come to my house, my grandmother will be dancing. So, by the time you come to my house is a point of time in future. Suppose I ask you to come to my house at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning is a point of time in future. By that time, my father will be reading newspaper. This action is going on at that point of time. My mother will be cooking, probably breakfast. My grandmother will be dancing, probably for Western music, because my grandmother is very modern. My grandmother will be dancing. All these actions are going on at this point of time in future. Now look at the last sentence. I will be coming to class tomorrow. I will be coming to class tomorrow. Strictly speaking, this is a future action. But when we use future continuous to speak about this action, it tells us that there is more possibility of this action happening in future. If I say, I will come tomorrow, I will come to class tomorrow, That indicates only a 50% possibility of the action. But when I say I will be coming to class tomorrow, it tells you about more possibility of the future action. You can understand the difference very clearly. I will come to class tomorrow, plain, simple, 50%. I will be coming to class tomorrow, more possibility. Say some 65 or 70% of possibility is there. This is the second use of future continuous tense. So, dear children, when do we use future continuous? First, when we are speaking about an action which will happen in future, which is yet to start, which will happen in future, that is the first use. Second is, we use future continuous when we are speaking about a future action which has more possibility than simple future. Well, so far in future tense we completed simple future and future continuous. The third one is future perfect. Future perfect. Just like present perfect and past perfect, future perfect also speaks about the completion of an action. Strictly speaking, all the perfect tenses speak about the completion of an action. Just like the continuous tenses speak about the progress of an action. If we go back a little bit and if we compare the present continuous, past continuous and future continuous, all these three speak about the progress of an action, the continuation of an action, but the time differs. Present continuous speaks about an action which is going on at the present time. Past continuous speaks about the continuation of an action in the past time. Future continuous speaks about the progress of an action in future time, at a point of time in future time. In the same way, perfect tenses also speak about the completion of an action. That too, the completion of an action before a point of time. Before a point of time. This is to be underlined. In perfect tenses, the most important thing is the completion of an action before a point of time. If we study the present perfect, it indicates that the action is completed before this present point of time. My dear children, do you remember in one of our classes we saw that present time is nothing but a point of time. I told you showing my position also. This is present time. Where I am standing is present time. If we go a little bit this side, if I go one step this side, it becomes past time. This is past time. In the same way, now I came back to present time. If I take a single step towards my left to this side, this becomes future time. Now I am coming back to present position. So, if we go even 1 second towards this side, it becomes past. Even 1 second towards this side, it becomes future. So, present time is always a point of time. That's why when we are speaking about an action which happened just before this present time, we used present perfect. In the same way, past perfect also. When we spoke about an action which was completed before a point of time in the past, we used past perfect. When we are speaking about earlier action and later action also, earlier action indicates an action which happened before another later action. So, perfect tense always speaks about the completion of an action before a point of time. In the same way, future perfect also indicates the completion of an action before a point of time. The only thing is that that point of time is in future. If the point of time is now, right now, then it is present perfect. If the point of time is in the past, it is past perfect. If the point of time is in future, it becomes future perfect. You see, the same thing is explained here on this timeline also. This wing is future time. In this future time, this is a point of time in future. 9 o'clock is the point of time. Before this point of time, say for example 8:45, the action is completed. Then we use future perfect to indicate such kind of action. And for examining the structure of future perfect, look at these sentences. Just like future continuous, here also I took a condition, and that condition is by the time you come to my house. By the time you come to my house. Say for example, I asked you to come to my house at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That is a future point of time. By that time, by the time you come to my house, my sister will have completed homework. I will have completed my breakfast. Grandpa will have finished his jogging. Will have completed in the first sentence. Will have completed in the second sentence. Will have finished in the third sentence. They are in future perfect. So, will have past participle form V3. That makes future perfect. Will, after that helping verb have, and then V3 are past participle form of the verb. You can observe the same in all these sentences. Will have completed, will have finished. Coming to the use, we already saw that future perfect is used for an action which is completed before a point of time in future. You see, my sister will have completed her homework. Action of completing the homework is finished before the point of time, and that point of time is by the time you come to my house, 9 o'clock. Before 9 o'clock, this action is completed. So, future perfect. In the same way, I will have completed my breakfast. Grandpa will have finished his jogging. In all these examples, we can see the same phenomenon, action getting completed before a point of time in future, and for that we use future perfect. This is the only use of future perfect tense. Well, so the last kind in future tense is future perfect continuous tense. Once again, let us compare it with the other perfect continuous tenses. Dear children, this comparison helps you in understanding the use of the tenses, and at the same time it will be helpful to you in revising the previous tenses also. Just like we did a comparison in simple tense, continuous tense and perfect tense, let us make a comparison among present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. You might have remembered present perfect continuous tense is used for an action which started in the past time and is still continuing in the present time. An action which started in the past time and is still continuing in the present time. Then we used present perfect continuous tense. Action started some time ago and it is still continuing. This indicates the present time. In the same way, past perfect continuous tense is there. Action started before a point of time in the past. At that point of time, the action was in continuation and the action ended in the past time itself. Then we used past perfect continuous tense. In the same way, future perfect continuous tense. I think by this time you might be able to guess also. Yes, you are right. In future perfect continuous, action starts before a point of time in future. It will be in continuation at that point of future time, and after that point of time also it will continue for some time and end in future itself. Then we use present future perfect continuous tense. So, in all the perfect continuous tenses, action starts before a point of time. At that point of time, action will be continuing, and after that point of time also the action will continue for some time and end somewhere. Then we use perfect continuous tense. Similarly, if we make a comparison between continuous and perfect continuous, once again we can see the difference very clearly. When we are speaking about a continuous action using a continuous tense, action refers to only that point of time. I am speaking, this refers to only this time. It does not have any connection with past time or future time, only this time. I am speaking to you. Then present continuous. Future continuous, at that time I will be playing. It refers to only one future time. In the same way, past continuous, it refers to only one point of time in the past. I was listening to radio when you called me. I was listening to radio when you called me. Only a point of time in the past. So, continuous tense speaks about only one point of time. If it is this point of time, present continuous. A point of time in past, past continuous. A point of time in future, future continuous. But when it comes to perfect continuous tense, it covers a little time before a point of time, that point of time, and a little time after that point of time also. These three areas are covered in perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense, a little while ago in the past, present time, and a little time after present time also. Present perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense, a little time before a past point of time, at that past point of time, and a little time after that past point of time also, but it does not reach the present time. In the same way, future perfect continuous tense, it speaks about an action which started before a point of time in future, continuing at that point of time in future, and will continue for some more time after that point of time and ends in future itself. That is future perfect continuous tense. As usual, let us discuss this using this timeline. You see, this is the point of time in future, before this point of time in future the action started, and at this time of future the action is continuing. This symbol, mosquito coil symbol, you know very well, it is continuation or progress. The action is continuing at that point of time in future. It will continue for some more time after this point of time and ends in future itself. Then we use future perfect continuous tense. Let us discuss it with the help of these examples. I will have been watching TV. My aunt will have been singing songs. My neighbor will have been gardening. As usual, for all these sentences, we have the same condition. By the time you come to my house. By the time you come to my house at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That is the point of time in future. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. By the time you come to my house at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I will have been watching TV. What does that mean? Before you came to my house, I watched TV for some time. Just at the point of time you came to my house, I will be watching TV, and after you came also, I will watch it for some more time, and then it ends in future. So, future perfect continuous tense, will have been watching. Look at the structure here, will have been verb plus ing, a combination of perfect tense, use of have, and then continuous tense, use of verb plus ing. So, combination of future perfect and future perfect continuous tense is the structure will have been verb plus ing, will have been verb plus ing. So, in the second example also, my aunt will have been singing songs. Before you come to my house at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, my aunt will have started singing songs. At the time you come to my house tomorrow morning, she will be singing songs. After you come to my house also, she will sing for some more time, and then she completes in future. So, future perfect continuous tense, my aunt will have been singing songs. In the same way, my neighbor will have been gardening. Before you come to my house also, at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, my neighbor will have gardened for some time. Just at the time you come to my house, that is at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, the neighbor will be gardening. And after you come to my house at 9 o'clock also, he will garden for some time, and then it ends in future. So, the action starts before a point of time in future. At that point of time in future, action will be in continuation, and after that point of time also, action will continue for some time. Then we use future perfect continuous tense. But here we have to understand one thing. Just like past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense is also a very less commonly used tense in daily life.